guys, it's Christina and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the first of a slightly new style of video that I'm going to be making, and that is a product unboxing, testing, and review. Now, I know I have talked about a lot of products in the past in my vlogs, but I kind of felt like some of these things needed just a little bit more time. So that is why I decided to make a full video. Now, disclaimer, I am not sponsored in any way by this company. They don't know me, they don't know that I bought this product or that I'm trying it. So you can be comfortable in the fact that this review will be totally open and honest. No one's telling me to say anything. So, here's the product. This product is a very strange looking neck brace that I found on the internet, and it just looked so cool and so weird that I just couldn't pass it up. I just had to try it. This brace is from the website backpainhelp.com, and it's just called neck brace. They only have one style of neck brace on their site, so I guess they didn't have to get too creative with the name. Now, if you're new around here, first of all, hi. I'm Christina. I have something called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder. It affects my entire body, but to simplify it for the purpose of this video, my ligaments are extremely loose and unable to support the structure of my body. So my head, my entire back, and my neck all had to be surgically fused just to hold it together. And because of that, for the last 5 or so years, I have been living in and out of this neck brace. Well, not this one. I kind of tend to break them often, so this style of neck brace. And this is a very common style for a rigid collar. It's got the rigid back, it's got the rigid front. Super hot, super uncomfortable a lot of the time, but it's saved my life and it works. But can this be simplified? Is there a brace out there that could replace this for me without some of the uncomfortable side effects? You guys are gonna have to pretend with me that this is my first time taking this thing out of the box, because I kind of already filmed this and then accidentally promptly deleted it. Wow, this is super interesting and totally my first time seeing this. It also came all wrapped up in plastic, but I removed that. So this is what the brace looks like. Yeah, I know. I'm shocked too. It looks like nothing. And it also comes with this little gel pack. There's also a little sleeve to put the gel pack into that velcros into the back of the brace. And then it also comes with a really short instructional page, which I've already managed to misplace. So off to a good start, Christina. Luckily, I don't feel like I need a whole lot of instructions. This is pretty straightforward. Now, the box claims that it offers you the benefits of a traditional soft neck brace, but with improved comfort, can provide relief from pain and neck and upper back, improving posture and alignment of the head, and it includes reusable cool pad for extra pain relief. And here on the other side of the box, once again, they are highlighting their cool pad, the fact that this provides lightweight support. It has an open structure that's less claustrophobic and less hot. It's easy to wear and adjust, and it has a unique design in that the chest plate doesn't put any weight on the collarbone, which is actually a major selling point to me because I have permanent bruising on my collarbone because of that stinking brace. Now, I don't usually encourage people to just go and buy a brace on the internet without speaking to their doctor first, especially when it comes to your neck. So I did run this idea by my physical therapist. Now that it has come in, I'm going to bring it with me to therapy today and have her look at it, make sure that she thinks that it's safe for me to try, especially because I actually have had recent neck surgery. And then if she gives me the go-ahead later this week, I want to try putting it through the full rigors of my day-to-day life. So the plan is to wear it for 24 hours, see how it functions in the car, out of the house, within the house, and while I sleep. And then I will check in with you guys after with all of my final thoughts. So let's talk about some of the main things that I will be looking for while I'm reviewing this brace. The first being whether or not it lives up to the claims that are made by the company. Is it actually comfortable? Does it provide stability? Is it cooler and more discreet to wear? Does it take that pain away from the collarbone? Also, for me, does it put less strain on my jaw? Because that is definitely one of the biggest cons of wearing a neck brace. Pretty much all of your weight rests on your jaw, and because of my ligament issues and my jaw problems, it's quite painful, and to be honest, it's doing more damage. Now, I realize that I'm kind of a complicated patient, so I don't think that this brace was designed for patients like me in mind. Looking at this brace, it's a little bit unfair to be comparing it to something like this, because it's pretty clear that this was just designed as a posture support. I can tell right away that this is made for someone who struggles with forward head posture, and this was designed as an immobilizer. This brace was not designed for EDS patients with severe instability, nor was it designed to be a surgical brace. So I do realize going into this that this is probably not going to live up to everything that the other brace does, but I am pretty curious to see if maybe this could be enough. I'm obviously fully fused, so it's going to be a bit hard for me to test the range of motion in this, but I can tell you right now, looking at this, if most people put it on, they would be able to bend their head backwards in this, just not forward. I'm not quite sure about side-to-side rotation. I'm going to assume that it impedes some of it, but not all of it. But I do think there's a decent chance that this could be a good fit for me now that I am fused and really just mostly need a little bit of support here and there. And I'm sure there are a lot of other patients like me, probably other post-surgical patients who are just trying to help maintain their posture with a little bit of support, and maybe to just provide a gentle reminder as they go about their day not to do too much forward head bending. I think I've rambled on enough about this. I'm gonna go to PT, see what she thinks of this, and see if we can get the go-ahead to try it out. Hopefully I'll be checking in with you later this week. Good morning, you guys. I'm just getting up. It's Thursday, and today is going to be the day that I give this a try. Now, I'm gonna be really upfront. I'm really not feeling well today. Definitely having some neurological issues. I'm not feeling myself. And I debated whether or not I should even do this today. But then I was like, well, I'm testing out a medical device. So what better time to test it out than when I actually really need it? It's probably the time that we're gonna get the most accurate result. But originally I picked this day because it's kind of a pretty normal day for me. I have a doctor's appointment, which means I'll be wearing this in the car, in the waiting room, at the doctor's. Then when I come home, I'll have some free time to lie around, get a feel for what it feels like when you're resting and lying down. Plus I have Trish tomorrow, so anything I mess up, she can hopefully fix. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this thing on. Okay, well, it's on. It's surprisingly comfortable. You can even see right here where my other brace like digs into my skin and my collarbone. This brace does not do that. I also like, I don't know if you can see this, but my port is over here and this doesn't interfere with that whatsoever. My other one gets a little bit close. Right now I'm just wearing this without the gel pack in the back. I'll probably add the gel pack in later in the day and see if that makes any difference. So I'm gonna go, I'm gonna finish getting ready, and then I'll check in with you guys after that. Okay, so my makeup is done and now it is time to choose an outfit. One of the main selling points of this brace, especially to me, is that it is quite discreet. So I'm gonna choose this top because it is white and it's pretty high necked, so I think it'll blend in well with this. And we'll see how noticeable it is. Wow, I am pretty impressed. I feel like if I put a sweater on top of this, no one would even notice. And I especially love that it fits underneath the outfit, because sometimes when I'm getting dressed, I'm like, what's the point of even looking cute if I just have to put this giant brace over it? Okay, so this is what it looks like with a little sweater on. I just threw this one on. But if you have a sweater that comes up like higher around your neck, I bet you could totally hide it. Or maybe if you decided to wear your hair down, maybe later when I get home from my appointment, I can take my hair down and we can see how much we can really camouflage it. Alright guys, as you can probably tell, I am in the car. This was the part of this experiment that I was honestly the most nervous about. I'm just kind of like slightly nervous in cars in general because I have a very vulnerable body. I like the comfort that comes with knowing that I am well braced and well supported. So the thought of coming into the car without my other brace was a little nerve-wracking, but I'm actually surprised. This does feel pretty sturdy and I'm really not that scared. I am using a neck pillow along with it, but I use the neck pillow anyway with my other brace. So far, I feel pretty comfortable with this. Hey, so reporting live from the wild. We are in the hospital. I just had my appointment. So an observation I've made is that there is some movement with this brace. It's definitely not as sturdy and rigid as what I'm used to. My mom is pushing my chair right now, as you can tell. But when I go to push it, I can kind of feel that there is some movement here at this chest piece. I'm trying my best to adjust it to be as tight as it can be, and that definitely helps. I am okay with the amount of movement that this provides. That really isn't a problem for me at this point, but if I were pre-surgery or immediately post-surgery, I just don't think that it would provide enough stability. Hello guys, it is time to check in again. It is now late evening. I've just been doing light stuff around the house, working a bit at my desk and then working a bit from bed, just doing little projects. I wanted to see how the brace held up just for my everyday activities. And I think this has definitely been the best scenario for this brace so far, because I am comfortable in bed with pillows behind my head, but because I'm working on a project, I'm going to tend to want to try to bend over, even though I can't. And I'm finding that this brace is just enough to give me that feedback and to let me relax. And I'm totally surprised that it's still comfortable. It's a little bit sore here on the edges where there's plastic, but to be honest, it's less sore and painful than wearing the other brace that I'm used to wearing anyway. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into the family room. I'm gonna sit in the back, watch some TV for a while, and I'm gonna try out that little gel pad to see how that works in the back of the brace. See if I like the coolness and see if the gel itself just actually improves the comfort of the brace. Now, I also said that I was going to try taking my hair down and seeing if we could camouflage it with my hair, so I'm gonna do that right now. I've definitely had better hair days, so don't judge me. It's been a week. Okay, so say you have reasonably long hair like I do. You wear it down and you pull it to the front like this. You can really almost completely hide the brace part of the brace. All you can really see is the chin pad, and it's really not very noticeable, especially because I have quite pale skin. I don't think that you would even get like a second glance walking down the street. That's pretty impressive. I figured I'd be pretty sore by now and that I wouldn't be willing to wear it to bed, but now I really do think that I could wear this to sleep. It will be interesting to see how it performs in my sleep though, because I'm a side sleeper, and I am wondering if these pieces will start to dig in once I'm lying directly on them. Also slightly concerned about whether or not it might actually compress the blood flow in my neck. I guess I don't really have a wonderful test for that, but usually I can tell when the blood flow is compressed because I start to see stars. So if I start to see any stars in this thing, I guess I'll know. Okay, so I've thrown on my little sweater because I'm actually kind of cold and don't really feel like using ice right now, but I will do it for the sake of the video. And then I've just popped my hair up because I didn't really feel like getting it stuck in the Velcro. So this is the little pouch that the ice pack goes into, and then this is the little ice pack. And I've had this in the freezer since last night. I like that it hasn't gotten like rock solid like some ice packs do. I'm not sure if it's because I wrapped it up in paper towel before putting it in. That's usually what I do to try to keep my ice pack soft. But I guess, here we go. I'm gonna give it a try. Now this is my first time taking it off since I put it on. And you can see that I do have some red marks on the sides of my neck. It was probably a bad decision of mine to leave my necklaces on. Yeah, see, I think that these red marks might just be from my necklace being under the brace. You can see it kind of matches up. So, oops, that was my mistake. Okay, so I guess it just Velcros right on the strap right there. Okay, so I've got the gel pack in there. At very first, I thought I didn't like it because it felt a little bit hard against the back of my neck. But I think as the heat of my body warms it up, it's really kind of conforming. It's really comfortable. I can't tell if it's more comfortable with or without the gel pack. Definitely not uncomfortable. And now I'm just gonna watch Netflix and see how I feel. Alright guys, well I am all tucked up in bed, ready to go to sleep. Got my brace on. Like I said, I'm kind of a side sleeper, but I also use wedge pillows because I have to sleep on a slight incline because of the feeding pump. I always really use a neck pillow anyway, just for like that extra stability when I sleep. I did decide to leave the gel pack in the back of the brace even though it's not cold anymore, because I'm hoping that that'll just help with some of the comfort and help the strap not to dig into the back of my neck. So we'll see if this brace ends up being comfortable enough to sleep in. Anyway, here goes nothing. Good night, you guys. Good morning, everybody. My 24 hours in this brace have come to a close. So, how did I sleep? Well, actually, I slept pretty well. Full disclosure, I'm used to sleeping in a neck brace. I pretty much have been for the last 5 years. So my body is familiar with the sensation of being braced at night. That being said, it is often still very painful for me, and I don't get the same quality of sleep in the neck brace that I think that I would if I wasn't wearing it. Let's face it, neck braces are they're not gonna be comfortable all around for sleeping. They're not. But I think this thing held up pretty darn well, and it was really nice. I slept on my back for a while, which is something that I can't usually do because the back of my neck brace pushes in to my hardware. As for my jaw feels pretty good. It doesn't feel any worse for wear. It's not really as sore as it is sometimes when I wake up, so that's a good thing. And I wasn't boiling hot, which is another problem that I run into a lot from bracing. I keep my room at like frigid temperatures because of all of the padding and insulation I'm always wearing. So I think I'm gonna have to call this a win for me. Before I give you guys my final thoughts on this product, I figured that I would go back to my physical therapist today and see if she's noticed any differences. She's very intimately acquainted with my head and neck and can immediately feel any slight changes and shifts or different muscle tightness and spasms. So her opinion on this is arguably just as important as my opinion. So I'm gonna head out, I'm gonna go see her, and I will check in with you guys later for final thoughts. Okay guys, I am back from physical therapy. Yes, I'm wearing this brace once again. I am dealing with some kind of other more unrelated neurological issues right now. And no, I didn't like mess anything up by wearing this brace. It's just something I'm dealing with right now. But I did talk to Trish about my experience with this brace. She was really happy for me that I found something that helped. She seemed to think it's a good thing, especially in the future for when I'm not braced and I just want to do like a project and have that little gentle reminder. She did note that some of the muscles in my neck were a little bit tighter than usual, which I was not too surprised to hear, but I actually attribute to the fact that I had just come from another doctor's appointment and was already quite tired by the time I arrived. So maybe I had more muscle spasms in my neck today because I wore this brace. Maybe it was just a coincidence. So what are my final thoughts? Okay, well, the pros. It definitely delivers on everything that the box promises. It is lightweight. It is definitely way less claustrophobic than this is. It's very discreet. This whole time I have definitely been comparing this brace to this brace, which totally isn't fair because this is a full cervical collar. It is an immobilizer. This is a posture brace that helps with forward head posture. This does what it says it does. Whether or not it's going to be enough for most patients like me, especially with EDS, I don't know. It's going to have to be a personal thing. What do I think that I will be using this brace for in the future? Like I said, I will probably mostly be using it when I'm out of my brace and I'm working on projects in bed or at my desk or anything that kind of involves some looking down. I also plan to maybe use this some days that are really hot and I feel like I can't wear this without getting overheated, or if I get invited to like a fancy event and I still need to be in the brace but I don't want to be super conspicuous or ruin my outfit. I can see myself wearing this to the beach or using this while washing my hair after a surgery. I think that this has a lot of uses and it's going to be really helpful in my life. I don't really think it totally replaces anything that I currently have. Cons of this brace. If we're judging it just as what it is, it does move a little bit. It doesn't completely stay still, and I mean, this moves too. Anything is going to move a little bit, but this is not going to be completely immobilizing. Like I said, when you move, this is going to tend to move a little with you. It helps if you make it tighter, but then, you know, it can get kind of tight. Also, it's not adjustable, so I felt like I had to like keep adjusting the back to try to get it comfortable when I went from standing to sitting or lying down. With this brace, it's pretty easy. There's just a little dial up and down. Down here, there's a dial too. Down, up. This brace doesn't have that option. It's kind of just one size fits. It's not a huge con. It's not really a big deal, but it is something to consider. So it does have a little bit of movement here. So, you know, you have a little bit of give. This product was $50, which may be a con for some people. For some people, it may not be, especially if you've looked into other neck braces. They can get pretty pricey. But, you know, $50 is a lot, especially when you have medical bills. I totally get it. I really went back and forth on this. But to me, personally, I do think it was worth the money. I'm happy I bought it. I will keep it. I will use it. So if you want to purchase one for yourself to try it out, it is from backpainhealth.com. They're also available on Amazon, but pro tip, if you get it off of their website, they actually have some different colors available. I think that this part is always white, but the color is the padding. So you can get pink and purple if you want to. I think they have black. It's really up to you. And this is just called back neck brace. I really went back and forth on the sizing when I was ordering because I felt like I fit like right on the end of small and I didn't want to regret it. But I'm really glad that I got a small because I really do have a small neck. Even on this, I pretty much pulled the Velcro all the way. Actually, this fits a lot snugger than this one does. This one actually is too big no matter what I do. So that is actually something I really appreciated about this. I was able to really get it nice and snug like I like it. So if you're like me and you're sitting right on the edge between a small and a medium and you still fit in the small category, I think maybe go for the small. Anyway, that is pretty much all I have to say on this product. Definitely let me know in the comments if you like this type of video, and let me know if there's any specific like weird item that you think I should try out. As long as it doesn't hurt me, I'm kind of all for that. And definitely let me know if you end up trying one of these little gadgets and if it helps you, what color you get. Anyway, if you like this video, you know how to show me. You can subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!